we have one final thing, and it's about the greasy skin puppet that is Peter Thiel. Dude,
Human
like,
race to
what
endure.
is these these tech bro oligarchs are some of the strangest people I've ever seen. I never come across an interview with them that leaves me not dumbfounded. I'm like, dude, what is going on? Their psychology is different, I think. I have a theory about this, and it's that these tech oligarchs have they are so deep in internet technology and they are so far removed from interpersonal communication that they no longer understand how to behave like human beings. They don't know how to they no longer experience emotion. They struggle to connect with people on a deeper level, and it's because of their investment in being online. Like this like being Peter Thiel is the last stage in being chronically online. So please just go outside. Go outside, go to a park, go to the library, go to the beach if you live near a beach. Like just remove yourself from the virtual world. Otherwise, you're going to sound like this fucking dude.
You would prefer the human race to endure, right?
Uh,
You're
yeah.
hesitating.
Well,
Yes?
I don't know. I would.
This is a long hesitation.
This is not, these are not the thoughts of a normal individual. They're not. Because at the worst, like at the worst, at the least, you're a eugenicist. Where you want the human race to endure, but it's like, do you want humans to persist? Yeah, of course. It's that easy. There's nothing to think about.
This is a long hesitation.
There's so many questions implicit
Should
in
the
this.
human race
No, there,
survive?
bro. No, there isn't. This isn't a fucking gotcha. You're not trying to solve a captcha. This isn't a word problem. There's nothing implicit here. Do you want the human race to persist? Yeah. Yeah. I would like humans to continue to live on this planet symbiotically with all of the other species that inhabit this planet.
Yes.
Okay.
But I also would I also would like us to radically solve these problems.
Right.
And so it's always, I don't know, um yeah, transhumanism
No.
is this, the ideal was this radical transformation where your human natural body gets transformed into an immortal body. And there's a critique of, let's say, the trans people in a sexual context, or I don't know, a transvestite is someone who changes their clothes and cross dresses, and a transsexual is someone where you change your, I don't know, penis into a vagina, and we can then.
This is what I mean. They don't understand humanity. They don't understand what it means to be human. They don't understand self-expression. That's why they are so invested in becoming robots. Because when you're a robot, you just exist. You don't feel anything. You don't live. You exist. The idea of someone cross-dressing is foreign to Peter Thiel because he doesn't understand the gratification that somebody gets from that. The idea of being transgender is foreign to Peter Thiel because he doesn't understand the gratification that comes from that. What it's like to be able to live as your true self. He is disconnected from emotion. He is disconnected from humanity. Being transhumanist, being able to be a robot, it provides them an excuse for their lack of humanity.
How well those surgeries work, but we want more transformation.
Okay, and he's being transphobic. Like, dude, yeah, this is an insane person. He doesn't understand anything except transphobia. Like, what do you mean we can debate how well they work? What the fuck do you mean? Like 0.1% of people detransition. That is exceptional. That is exceptionally high. Or that is
that.
exceptionally
It's
low,
the
pardon me.
critique is not that it's weird and unnatural. It's, man, it's so pathetically little. And okay, we want more than cross dressing or changing your sex organs. We want you to be able to change your heart and change your mind and change your whole body. And then Orthodox
You
Christianity
can change your mind by reading a fucking book. I don't understand what the end point of this is. That you just become a robot. What fun is it in becoming a robot? So you could be fucking subservient to some rich dipshit like Peter Thiel?
by the way, the critique Orthodox Christianity has of this is these things don't go far enough. Like that transhumanism is just changing your body, but you also need to transform your soul. And you need to transform your whole self. And so
Right, but
this
the
is
other
where
wait. Sorry. I generally agree with your what I think is your belief that religion should be a friend to science and ideas of scientific progress. I think any idea of divine providence has to encompass the fact that we have progressed and achieved and done things that would have been unimaginable to our ancestors. But it's still also
Bro, an indoor toilet is unimaginable to some of our ancestors. What fucking justification of this is this? I have a fucking supercomputer in my hand that at any moment I have access to any information that I want. That's foreign to our dude, refrigeration is foreign to our ancestors. If you are judging these types of things on how strange they are to previous generations, I think you're lost. I think you're lost because you could show that to them, and I think that would be a step. I think that they would be that would be a step too far. Like, what the fuck? You want to become a robot? Like, what the fuck does that even? What the fuck does that even mean? Like, this idea does not pass the smell test.
seems like yeah, the promise of Christianity in the end is you get the perfected body and the perfected soul through God's grace, and the person who tries to do it on their own with a bunch of machines is likely to end up as a dystopian character.
well, it's let's articulate this.
And you can have a heretical form of
Yeah,
Christianity, right, that says something else.
I I don't know. I think the word nature does not occur once in the Old Testament, and so if you you know um, and there is there is a word in which a sense in which the way I understand the the Judeo-Christian inspiration is it is about transcending nature. It is about overcoming things, and
They mentioned the word fart in the Old Testament. What are what is his point? What is his point? Every time these fucking goobers talk, they don't know how to articulate themselves properly. Isn't the endpoint of Christianity to be absolved of all your sins and have your soul taken into heaven by God? What about that is transhumanist? Like, you're fucking dead, bro. I hate to break it to you. Like, you're dead. And heaven, if it does exist, is this ethereal mystic it's this ethereal place. It's not tangible, right? It's a reward for living your life by a certain set of values. It's not it's not becoming a fucking Borderlands character.
and the closest thing you can say to nature is that people are fallen, and that's the natural thing in a Christian sense is that you're messed up, and that's true. But there's some ways that with God's help, you are supposed to transcend that and overcome that.
Like, I I don't get it. I don't get it. It's someone made a good point where it looks like Peter Thiel realizes that he's the antichrist in this interview, and he's like okay with it. I think so. I mean, he is definitely an unsavory character. He's definitely a weird individual. I mean, for God's sakes, he owns like an AI company that does surveillance for the fucking military industrial complex, and he's partnering with ICE to be able to assess the identity of undocumented immigrants like as soon as they cross over the border. He's just a very unsettling individual. And uh, there's like there's people like glazing him in the comments, which is really weird. And I don't know why I'm subjecting myself to this, but like it's a bunch of fucking Twitter blue users who are like, this guy is God. Yeah, I still I still stand by what I said in the intro. People like Peter Thiel, people like Sam Altman and Mark Zuckerberg, they they don't know what it means to be a human being. They fundamentally do not understand this existence. They don't understand how unique it is. They still believe that humans are not unique to the animal kingdom, which is an entirely false assessment. Nothing about being a human runs parallel to anything else in the animal kingdom. They don't build skyscrapers, they can't fly, they don't have cars, they can't create advanced technology. Humans are a fundamentally different being. And in addition to that, you have the emotional aspect of being a human being, which they further do not understand because by way of technology and by way of capitalism, they have detached themselves from that. Perhaps there is a longing for them to return to that. Perhaps there's some regret, although it'd be very, very little in becoming these sort of emotionless business people, but ultimately they don't want to undo anything that they've done. They're just looking to find a way to replicate that temporarily. Hence, transhumanism and the importing of your soul into a machine. All of this really wacky, goofy stuff that is just unsettling.